2020 Democrats claim the middle class is under attack.
Meanwhile, in a new op-ed, our next guest says it's actually the opposite, arguing median incomes are rising faster now than under Presidents Bush or Obama.
And this in light of yesterday's disturbing manufacturing news which cratered the market. Steve Moore is a senior fellow at the Heritage Foundation. He joins us now to explain. Steve, first on middle-class incomes and the tax cut that was just for the rich. You helped write the tax cut. What are the ramifications of it?
Well, you know, the ramifications are that everything that Elizabeth Warren and, people like Joe Biden are saying that only the rich have benefited is clearly false. I mean, this report from the Census Bureau shows that, and by the way, these are blockbuster numbers, that just since Donald Trump was elected and took office through July of 2019, median family incomes, middle-class incomes, are up $4,100. Now, just to give you a sense of how big that number is, in the entire 8 years that Obama was president, incomes only budged up about $1,000. So in one-third of the time, Trump has increased incomes by 4 times as much. We now have a median family income of $65,000. That shows pretty clearly that the middle class are the people who have been benefiting. And by the way, one other quick thing. You asked me about the tax cut. That $4,100 number increase in middle-class income, that's pre-tax. So when you include the fact that families got about $1,500 reduction in their annual taxes, you're talking about maybe $5,000 more of disposable income Americans have right now, which explains, by the way, why consumers are spending so much money, because they have more money.
That's amazing. That's incredible. 4,100 median income increase. So how does this play out next year at the polls?
Well,
if these ballot box.
If these numbers hold up, it's going to be very difficult for any Democrat to beat Donald Trump, because he's proving to be the blue-collar president, the president who promised to raise the incomes of working-class Americans, and that's happening in spades right now. Now, look, the election is still over a year away. A lot can happen. The economy's clearly slowed down a little bit. We saw a weak manufacturing number that came out yesterday, which has spooked the markets. Right. But when you look at just how families are doing, never better. Better.
But Steve, you say the president will win because he's the blue-collar president, blue-collar billionaire, perhaps. But the problem is, the people have got to know about that story. And the news channels are filled with story about impeachment. And what did he do with that guy from Ukraine? Forget about income. Look at the Ukraine.
Yeah, well, look, there's an old saying, I think it comes from Bill Clinton, that it's the economy, stupid. And it's not only the economy, but the American people don't vote against prosperity. There are a lot of Americans who may not approve of some of the things that Donald Trump says or does, but they like the fact that they have a lot more money in their pocketbooks. And the groups that have really benefited for the most, we know this from the unemployment numbers, have been minorities. Blacks, Hispanics, Asians have seen record low unemployment rates, record high increases in their income. Okay. And so I think it really puts the lie, though, to this idea that somehow only the rich have benefited. If you got a $4,000, $100 increase, I don't care what Nancy Pelosi says. That ain't crumbs. That ain't crumbs.
It would certainly help to get the USMCA passed. But thanks so much, Stephen Moore. Appreciate it.